Greetings, YouTube. I usually have started off the past several offer review grade videos over the past weeks. Sounding pretty disappointed. Kabam rarely has changed their cash offers even from the usual what we have seen for years and years and years. We're talking about going back like 6, 7, 8 years, where every $10 they give you 100,000 gold. And worse that when it's for units, it's even less. We're talking about for every $10 worth of units you spend, and given this isn't completely surprising because free-to-play players can take advantage of this, but for every $10 worth of units you spend, you get, I don't know, maybe $5 worth of gold. And that's $5 worth of gold when the best champions were 3 and 4 stars, even like 2 and 3 stars, not 6 and soon to be 7 stars. So I've been saying if you're going to give something for $100 or 3,000 units, you have to have well over $1 million gold for it to be worth a guaranteed value. And you need to bring back the Nexus option at minimum. Now, in a perfect world, the Nexus Crystal would have at least 5 options. And obviously, the real dream goal is to have an Abyss Nexus as the standard, but Kabam wants to save that for special days like spring cleaning and particularly July 4th and Cyber Weekend. So even though I would hope that the monthly offer would have about 12 times a year, once a month, would have an Abyss Nexus, the best realistic chance we have now is to see a class-based 3-champion 6-star Nexus. With that being said, it's like Kabam listened. Can you believe it? It's like they listened. Because this is the special offer that appeared on my account, one that I am very tempted to buy to open during the broadcast tonight. But even if I don't, this is 2.5 million gold in an era where so many people are desperate for gold. Now, the interesting thing is the ISO. Check this out. You get one Tier 6 class ISO selector for $100 worth of units. You get 2 Tier 6 class ISO selectors for $5 from the Daily Paragon special. So the weakest part of this offer by far is the ISO, unless it's just mismarked. This should be, like if you were to do the actual math of the carryover, this should be at minimum 10 Tier 6 class ISO. And I do think if it was, even more people would be tempting to buy it. But given what we've seen, where this is a lot of times $1 million gold for like 3,500 units, it's less units and way more gold. Now, as somebody that continues to target infamous Iron Doom, obviously if I was to purchase this, I would choose the 6-star Tech Nexus Crystal option. If this was an Abyss Nexus selector, I'd be all over it, even though, keep in mind, I opened an Abyss Nexus, Tech Nexus Crystal for Iron Doom, and he did not appear. So the odds are still not in your favor if you're targeting one person. But here is the 6-star Nexus class bundle. And the really exciting thing, because I was actually assuming this was going to be at best a Thronebreaker cutoff, but maybe even a Paragon. No, this is a Cavalier. So Cavalier players finally didn't get screwed in an offer as well. I do think, and maybe I'm being too elitist in this observation, but I do think for people above Cavalier, you should give them a 5 or especially 10 option Nexus as a reward for progression. But to have the cutoff be Cavalier, the 2.5 million gold is just so nice to see. I wish that was the new norm for $100 worth of units offers. And certainly the new norm in the unit store where so many people spend cash for that. So I'm not going to complain, though. I'm going to give this, for even Paragon players, it's a B. Thronebreaker is probably a B+. Cavalier players, given what you're used to buying, this is at least an A-. Now, of course, you could get a Cosmic Nexus wanting Hercules, and you could get Groot, non-Hawkeye Ronin, and Gamora, right? Like, we're going to see some people who definitely don't hit the good RNG. But if you're like me and you've saved up a bunch of units and maybe you're tempted to have a shot at a champion that you're looking for, you can do a lot worse, especially if you're gold depleted. That's why I almost wish I could trade in the the 2.5 million gold for something else, but I can't do it. So there you go. Also, I guess officially it is the end of the Battleground season, as I was looking for it, and it is no longer in the game. So congrats to those of you who've had that season conclude. Again, they listened. I'm really excited to promote this. I think at minimum it's a B value, but for those of you who are Cavalier, you could argue it's some percent of an A. Throne breaker in between a B and an A. At minimum, even if you get 3 terrible options, the gold, one of the best values we've seen for units, especially if you don't have to buy units and you just get to hoard them. Keep in mind, spring cleaning traditionally can't use units. It's the gold pool doubloon currency like you see here. So that also factors into hoarding units unless you're saving them for months from now on the July 4th weekend.